This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Yeah, I thought it was a tremendous atmosphere and very electric, for us to be able to put on a contest like this today. It not only signified the beginning of the City Series, as we call it, but what a tremendous way to benefit young people through two institutions that's been around as early as the 1800s in our case and the early 1900s in Wayne State's case, not only to benefit DPS K through 5, but also other programs that K through 5 uses. So literacy programs, things for the classrooms, as well as athletics. So was really pleased to partner with David Greer, Rob Fournier, Michigan First Credit Union, along with our leadership team, Robert Vowles, and his staff to make a great day like this happen. I thought that the excitement and energy that was in Callahan today for two great programs that have enjoyed the series off and on with one another was really good. And so this game will not only be helpful in the growth and development of our team as we move forward, to get those guys, ready for the season, but that's why we play exhibition basketball. This is a battle-tested group who had a rough season last year. If you look at their season ending in Wayne State, who brought back, 5 returning starters and guys that had played and been through the rigors, of the GLIAC. And so with our roster having a lot of new guys blended with some old guys, that's what you saw. You saw the perfect storm against a battle-tested group versus a group that's still in search for its identity.
Well, Kyle, what did you like about your team and what kind of left you knowing that you got some things to do?
One of the things that I thought was particularly good, we wanted to get to the free throw line, at least 35 times. We got there 29 times today. The reason why that's particularly good for us is we want to be able to play through the paint in a variety of ways. Post passes like you saw us feed Jaleel Hogan late in the game via basket cuts, drives, and offensive rebounds ourselves. So when you look at those areas statistically, I thought we did a pretty decent job at that. 22 for 29 from the free throw line, 76% on the game, not bad. I thought we was able to get out there and grab 16 offensive rebounds, not bad. I think that we were able to not only do some good things with regards to getting out on the break, getting driving lines off the bounce, but those are areas that we wanted to make sure we did. We only took 19 of our 56 shots were threes, and so we don't want to rely on that shot so heavy. We want to make sure we're getting to the paint and playing off the paint to get those opportunities.
I thought your offense, once you started running it through Jaleel, was a lot more efficient, especially in the second half. Would you agree?
Yeah, without question. Having Jaleel Hogan back now healthy for the last 12 days has been good. He was away from us due to concussion symptoms that he had suffered from, as well as Aaron Foster Smith. So just easing those guys back into our mix. We was out there without Josh McFarley as well, another experienced ball handler that could help alleviate, some of the issues in the backcourt. So a lot of our issues that you saw tonight from our youth, whether that be guys like Corey Allen or Dre Black, who's inexperienced at the Division I level, will get cured over time as we get more veterans back in the mix.
I thought Corey showed some fearlessness. I mean, he had 6 turnovers in the first half, 1 in the second. But let's say he's going to be a kid that's going to be able to help you in the backcourt.
Without question. And I think those are the growing pains that you live with a talent like Corey Allen's. He's going to be the type of player as we move each week. He's going to gain that much more experience. And I believe that he not only showed the moxie by cutting the turnovers virtually, 80 to 90% in the second half, he had big shot toughness. And I think Corey is going to be the type of kid, as he continues to get used to the pace, the strength, and the different styles that he'll see at the Division I level. He's going to be a player that's going to be not only solid for us, but I think he'll be all conference, all freshman caliber.
Coach, did you have some pregame jitters with it being your first game as a college head coach? Were there any jitters involved, anything like that?
I didn't have those particular feelings, and it was kind of odd because the opponent was familiar. David Greer was on the staff, under Perry Watson. How they play. When I was an assistant in Michigan last year, I had the opportunity to stop by. I wanted to hit their practices, so I know his roster pretty well. A lot of times that anxiety comes from, the nervousness of preparation, the ambiguity of, not really knowing what they're going to do at this juncture of the season because there's no real film out there on the team because they hadn't played any games. But for me today, it was a feeling of familiarity, and I knew what type of intensity and what type of toughness we were going to be up against. The only concern I would have is that I don't know if my team fully understood, what, the Wayne State Warriors bring to the table when they're coached by David Greer.
And then Chris Jenkins, how big was he throughout this game today?
Well, Chris is he's like a Swiss Army knife. Here's a guy that can play the 4, the 3, the 2, and even the 1, as you saw. And he's a multifaceted player who we're going to play through quite a bit. Jaleel Hogan being the other one that was mentioned earlier. And I think Josh McFarley will be that third wheel in that attack while we bring the freshmen along and they find smooth air like Corey Allen. Chris has a great understanding of what we're trying to accomplish on both ends of the floor. He has a great sense of buy-in for what we're trying to do. And I think Chris is going to be the guy, time and time again throughout the season that's going to not only put up numbers like he put up tonight, but I think he's going to have even bigger nights, than you saw today.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.